Good job. Good job. Let's see. Are you on? Guys, love me. Love me. Give me 1 second here. I think. Okay. I'm having some technical difficulties here. Stay on. Stay on. Oh, there you are. My goodness. You're making me sweat, guy.
7:30.
What?
You said 7:30.
Did I really?
Yeah.
Okay, so my bad.
Okay.
Hey guys, hi Red, how you doing? My bad, I apologize. So I gave my son the wrong time. Your lineup is good, good. Don't worry about that. Your lineup is good. The glasses are set on fine. It does looking good. I can't say anything else but that. I can't say looking fine. I can say it does looking good. Hey everyone, this is Hope's Corner. Hope all is well with each and every one of you. We are here, my son and I, just rapping a little bit, just chatting a little bit. I hope all is well with each and every one of you, that you're going to enjoy this little chat that we're having. Terrell, if there's anyone you want to shout out, you can shout them out now. And then we'll go from there.
Just shouting you out. Thank you for having me.
No problem. What
I
have
don't
you
like
been
being in
up
front
to?
of the camera.
Sorry, say that again.
I said I don't like being in front of the camera too much, so bear with me.
Okay, all right, all right. I would love to say the same, but then you guys are going to tell me semi lie, so I'm going to say whatever. But you know, I'm a little camera shy too. It takes me a few seconds to get my mind all into it, but we are here. So, what have you been up to, my darling dear? What have you been doing?
What haven't I been what haven't I been doing? So much. I guess for those who don't know, I am a graphic designer at Oakwood University, my alma mater. I graduated there in 2019. Woohoo, woohoo. A lot of money went into it, but I'm able to give back to my school, which is, pretty exciting. And honestly, something I did not necessarily expect to happen, but I have been able to learn a lot about myself, a lot about what I do, what I want to do in the future, and what I won't do.
Oh, what you won't do. What does that mean?
What does that mean? I feel like with everything in life, there is structure and procedure in a way, and the more prepared you are, the better outcomes you receive. And what do they say? If you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. And I have seen some things where there were failures to properly plan, and I've been able to look at those lessons and apply them to my own life and what I have going on.
Very nice. So we're going to kind of take it back. We're going to take it back a little because, you know, you're my child, my first child. I was going to say my only child, but that's
I,
so
I was
fine.
thinking it too, but no.
It's wrong. We're both fired. Okay. We love Aaron. We love Aaron. But you were around a little bit longer, and you were my ride or die pretty much, because
Still am.
if you take me with you, because I will now ride off of your coattail, I will definitely ride off of your coattail. I am your number one fan, buddy. I'm your number one fan. You're doing some great things. Kind of wish you were here because, I know I would be hooked up, but that's all good. I'm still trying to follow after your footsteps and all that I'm trying to do and continue to move on. But yeah, we're going to take it back a little. In regards to, what are some of the lessons that your mama taught you? Hey.
Every lesson, pretty much. Perseverance, structure, having a plan. Um, I mean, Funny stories. We have so many stories. And I know I'm getting
Share
older.
one. Share
I'm
one.
getting older. I know I'm getting older because I actually enjoy sharing the stories a little bit more. Yeah. It's not one story, but instances. Something that I've been privileged to have is your trust. When it came to, especially high school, when it came to all the things that I was doing. I was a part of choir, doing a lot of extracurricular stuff, and two things. Number one, you trusted me enough to send me out in the world. Um, you trusted that I'd come back home, even if it was 12 o'clock at night or whatever. But you would always ask me, do you have a plan? Do you know how you're getting home?
Yep.
Although to some that's like, well, obviously they're going to ask you that. It instills structure. It definitely did in my head. Always have a plan. In my head, sorry. Always have a plan. And I always saw you doing that. You would always have a plan. And even though sometimes people would question you, oh, are you sure? It's like you're already down the road in your head. You're just, acting out the formality of doing it. But you already know where you want to be. And that's something that I do now. And people like commend me for it. And it's not because I came up with it myself. It was modeled in my life, and now I get to.
Why do I feel like I need to be taking notes though? Because the way you're putting it, it sounds so fantastic, and I'm like, I did that.
Yes.
Okay. All
Continue
right.
to.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Continue to.
Yeah.
So that's one of the. That's like just one way that you really show me, like, having a plan and making sure that you're able to follow through, and being honest with yourself is something I've learned when it comes to plans. Like sometimes we set these grand plans. Sorry about that. Sometimes we set these grand plans, um, and not that anything is unattainable. However, you want to make sure that you can reach every single step, um, and not overdo it, overwork yourself,
Yes.
overestimate the task at hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
But on the flip side, never underestimate yourself either. So
Right.
that's.
Do you remember me always saying aim for the stars, so if you fall you land on the sky, on the clouds?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just like, just go, because I mean, and anything that you try, at least it's tried. So if you tried and it fails, then at least you tried it, as opposed to living the life of what if
Right.
I should have, right? And so it was always one of those things where it was like, you know what, we're gonna do this, we're gonna make it, we're gonna try it, we're gonna go forward, and it will be what it needs to be, but we're gonna go forward and try. So I'm glad. Is there anything that you're just like, no, Mom, I'll never follow that from you?
No. Honestly, it's instilling it now. At the top of the year, I was talking to God, honestly. And at the top of the year, most people have resolutions or a theme for the year, whatever. And what came to my head that I was scared to talk about or talk to God about was, God, make me uncomfortable this year. And I said that because I want to grow. But it's almost like, God, respectfully speaking, make me uncomfortable, but inch me in there. Don't just throw me. Be gentle about it.
Yeah, yeah.
And he, like, I want to say almost immediately, things were coming up. But in that, it's like, okay, make me uncomfortable doesn't mean sit down and wait for it to happen. It means
Come on now.
you got to reach for the stars. And that's what I've been practicing for the past, it's only been 2 months. But things have been happening within these 2 months where it's just like, okay. And I know it's not always going to work out the way that I expect it. Yeah. But as long as I am firm in believing that I can do anything that I put my mind to, I can't fail.
So can I be daring enough, and can you be brave enough to say, what is it that you're daring? What are you daring for?
Sure. Professionally, starting my own media company, essentially, specifically tailored to.
Come on now.
Specifically tailored to promotional material.
Okay.
Short videos. I have many inspirations when it comes to seeing commercials that I really like and feeling um, commercials that have really impacted me and I know a large community. So I really do try to emulate that in what I do behind the camera. um, Putting together plans, packages, all that type of stuff, setting aside time to work those fine details so that I know what is attainable right now versus things that I need to plan long term, and including other people in that plan. Expanding it. It's not just me. I can't do it alone, and I
Mm-hmm.
haven't been doing it alone. I've been privileged to have people that are willing to work with me and willing to invest in me.
Mm-hmm.
That I think that's like one of the biggest blessings I encountered today. And I've also been sharing this, like I've been telling people, I'm trying to be uncomfortable. Uh, Something uncomfortable I did was I was on a cruise ship this past week, uh,
What?
singing in an a cappella group as one of the guest entertainers. Never thought I would do that, but at the top of the year, um, somebody asked me, and I'm like, you know what? Let me try. Let me see if I can do it.
Okay.
It was it was an experience that I will never forget. Um, and although that's not what I want to do, it definitely taught me a lot about what I need to do in order to
Okay.
continue to shoot for the stars.
That's fantastic. You know, I'm always saying I'm your number one fan. I'm very proud of you. You know, you're a go-getter. One of the things that we always talk, yeah, we talked about trust, right? And for me, my thing is ultimately I am a servant, right?
Mm.
And so I was just here to guide you, to love on you, to be your number one supporter, to talk truth to you, sometimes at all costs, but also making sure that life felt real, right? Because sometimes we live in this fantasy world where we think that everything is going to work out exactly the way we want and it's going to be hunky dory. And then things happen to you, you get hit hard, and then you think life is over. So, one of the things that we always kind of talked about was just the realness of life, like even situations that were around us. I'd be like, I don't know if you remember me saying, you see this? You see this person? You see what they're doing? You want to be like them, you know? And someone was like, hey, make sure who you hang around with
Mm-hmm.
is the influential people. Like, those were the things that, you know, at one point in time, I mean, I remember people be like, you're such a drill sergeant. And I was like, trust
I
me,
didn't
people
feel
like,
like that.
I
I
was
never
like,
felt that.
they're like, can you be easy on Terell, please? Can you be easy on him? You're such a drill sergeant. Listen, there's a lot of people who wanted to rescue you. There's a lot of people who wanted to rescue you. But yeah, no, it was a matter of like, this is life. Life is real. And situations come and they go.
Mm-hmm.
Opportunities always present themselves. I think I always told you, don't be afraid to ask. Because when you ask, you will always get an answer, whether it is yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
But when you don't ask, then you missed out on things that could have happened. So it's always great, even when you think that you might feel crazy about a situation. If you open your mouth up, that's where opportunity always knocks, right? And being kind, being kindness will kill the enemy, you know. Being kind to everybody, right? Because that definitely is a gateway, right? I know you always hear this all the time, and I remember hearing this all the time, like, oh, your son is so sweet, he opened the door for me, what a gentleman. Like, you know, before COVID, I don't know if you do that anymore, but pre-COVID days, you know,
Hold the
that
door.
was one of the standstills. Even when you come home, you do it for me. You're a sweetheart. Again, yeah, guy. Yeah.
And I guess for me, it's weird because people call that stuff out still, and it's like, why are you thanking me for doing something that I just do? And unfortunately, not a lot of people are used to that. So I am blessed. I didn't feel like I was drilled in any sense of the way. I think that I don't know. When I talk about my childhood with people, I'm like, listen, it was easy breezy, beautiful. Didn't have much issues. Um, I never was confined. I was the liberties were there, the freedom was there. With, you know, within reason, of course, and making sure that, you know, I respected all authorities in life and respected myself. So I don't really think that I was drilled at all, and I didn't need rescuing, but thank you for the concern, I guess.
Respect for yourself. What does that look like? What does that mean? What does that mean?
Today, well, today you hear the typical, you know, make sure you carry yourself a certain way, make sure that you're always respectful. Yes, those things are all relevant to each walk of life and every individual, but respecting myself means not diminishing myself. And that is something I am getting out of my system in a way. I'm trying to get out of that habit. And all the people I'm surrounded by, literally, I heard it just last week, like, you're always encouraging people to blah, blah, blah. Well, yes, because you can do it. We can do it. If you want to start an a cappella group, start an a cappella group. Yeah. So, this alarm, I'm so sorry.
No worries. We're going to end up soon. We're going to end soon. Don't worry about it.
But all, like, respecting yourself in terms of you can do it, and just you can do it, so just do it. That is actually a project that I'm working on right now, to encourage people. It's a bit comedic, it's a bit satirical, and a little bit dramatic, but it's supposed to get people to push themselves. And those posts that I recently posted, the last 3, which was different letters, it wasn't for me and it wasn't to me, it was to the audience. Do what you want to do. Declare that you're going to do great things. If you set your sights on the stars, why stop at the clouds? And I personally believe if you reach for the stars and it's, you know, in alignment with God's will, you're not going to fall, even if it is just to the clouds.
Hey,
are always there, you know. So to answer your question, you know, that's how I respect myself. It's by not telling myself no, or that I can't do it, or that it won't happen for me. Whether it's now or later, it's gonna happen. And, you know, I just hope that the people who I'm surrounded by recognize that. I hope that they pray for me continually. I hope that I stay true to myself in that process. But I'm excited for it. And with that type of respect for myself, I have a new attitude.
That's nice. That's nice.
No door is going to stay closed for me.
Hey, I can't wait to see it. I'm so glad that I'm a part of your journey. I am so proud to say that I am your mother. Although people are like, you have a what? You are turning 26, guy. I'm a 26-year-old God. But you look good, and so do I. How about that? No, it's one of those things where, I mean, we have conversations all the time. We talk, when I say all the time, we talk all the time. And our conversations aren't like, oh, what are you doing? No, 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 no. They are just friendship calls. Like, hey, what's up? What you doing? Like, we could stay on the phone forever. Sometimes like, yo, I need to go to my bed, or I need to get something done. So it's just, I thank you for being who you are. I thank you for developing the way you did. Like, I didn't have to, when people were worrying about their children, people would ask me, aren't you worried about, I'm like, no, I'm absolutely not worried about him. When you went to Ottawa first, they're like, you're sending him to, yeah, I'm sending him to Ottawa. Oh, he's changing from Ottawa to go to Oakwood? Yeah. Aren't you afraid? Do you need him to come back home? No. Honest, I mean, you know this. I'm like, I don't need you to come back home. I don't want you to come back home, because I want you to explore the world. I want you to travel. I want you to be able to say, Mom, I have a house in Honduras, or whatever it is.
We have a house.
Hey, I love you. We have a house, and we want to travel, right? And you know me, I love a travel. So just being able to say, you know what, this is my son, you know, that kind of God thing, in whom I am well pleased. Guy, it is good times. So I applaud you for everything that you do. I applaud you that your childhood wasn't the like it was it was challenging to a certain degree because single parent life, you know, I took you everywhere I went, and I know you had to sit in corners, and I mean you were great because you love to read books, so we always had books lined up, novels for days. And then when we got the little PlayStations and those type of things, you were able to use that. But like, you were not that child that complained like, oh, I have to do this, why do I have to go here? Like, you were just so sweet, and you are still so sweet. So may God continue to bless you and go before you. Listen, this is my prayer this year, right? That God will go before us, before like anyone. Like, just pray it every single day. God, go before me. And then just trust him and just move forward, right? So, I'm trying to do different things in my life as well. We're here at Hope's Corner. I have a lot of different guests that are coming up. I actually want to see if I can get the hubby on here next week in regards to Black love and having couples who actually really like each other, because that is one of the things that, saying you're a couple, that's great. Liking each other, I mean, the love, great, but liking each other, but we'll see, because I have to ask him first.
It's better to ask for
he doesn't like to be, just like how you say you don't like to be on camera, he don't like to be.
It's better to ask for forgiveness than ask for permission.
We'll see. So next week, that's coming up because it is Valentine's Day. So let's talk about it, in regards to, I know a lot of people talk about, oh, I hate it, I don't like it, it's this big thing, but there's some good things that we can highlight. And so me, I'm the type of person, I'm always going to be that person who's going to try and highlight as opposed to be the negative. So this space, this Hope's Corner space, is about sharing love, sharing knowledge in the community, and making sure that we are connected, because especially in this day and age, we really need to stay connected and stay locked in and continue to share love. So thank you, Terell, for joining me today.
My pleasure.
It was a pleasure. And again, this is one of the things where we can just chat forever. So, but we're gonna come offline. You call me back later, no problem.
I will. Thank you so much.
Last thoughts? Any last
short thoughts? I learned it all from my mom.
Thank you. I love you. Love you. Beyond the moon stars. I love you.
Love you too.
So, stay safe,
You
stay
too.
accounted, keep aiming up high. And thank you, everybody, for joining us. We really, really appreciate you joining and spending some time with us. And we pray blessings upon you and your household. Stay truthful, stay honest, and stay in love. Take care. God bless you guys. Bye, buddy.
Bye.
Bye.